It's a really exciting time for old masters because they're popping up everywhere in pop culture, inspiring designers, and it's great to be able to showcase a collection like this which has such a broad scope of genres, styles and price points. It's a great opportunity for new collectors to be introduced to old masters. The Dutch Golden Age spans roughly the 17th century. It's when the Dutch Republic was economically and militarily one of the foremost powers in Europe, and that produced an absolutely thriving art scene. It's really the first time that the middle and working classes were able to buy their own paintings, collect art, hang them in their homes. It became incredibly fashionable to basically hang as many pictures as you could from floor to ceiling. A kind of canon of collecting Dutch and Flemish art developed during the 20th century, which really focused on the top names, Rembrandt, Frans Hals, Vermeer, and these other artists, for one reason or another, fell into more obscurity. Just because we don't know so much about their life, though, doesn't mean the quality of these works are any less. It's preferable to collect the best example of an artist who's possibly less well known than a bad example of a bigger name. And it means that you can form a really outstanding collection of works, not necessarily of the headline names, but which together form an incredibly tight, high-quality group of works. These are over 200 works from the Sir Russia collection. It's a collection that's been formed over 4 generations of the same family. Being able to showcase a collection like this is really exciting for us. The huge scope of this collection shows us what a diverse range of art was produced for all different sorts of buyers. Portraits, landscapes, seascapes, religious subjects, still lifes, genre subjects, historical, mythological subjects. Basically anything you can think of, there's probably a picture in this sale which depicts it. These are some of the portraits in the Russia collection, and these paintings were almost always commissioned. They weren't available on the open market like other genres were. Landscapes were actually one of the most popular genres for painting in the 17th century, and it shows this kind of desire for people to see the recognisable surroundings of their home city or their hometown. There was clearly a really high demand for these trompe-l'oeil pictures which deceived the viewers, and I really like the idea that the Dutch at that time enjoyed this kind of trickery, and I think the appeal is exactly the same today. These paintings represent some of the genre subjects in the Russia collection, and this was a type of painting which developed exponentially during the 17th century. Still lifes were another really popular genre because they're so decorative. Artists would specialise in subjects that they found sold well, so they might specialise in a particular form of still life, which happened to have a lot of commercial appeal at the time. The relative ease with which people in 17th century Holland could go and buy art is actually very similar to today and the collecting of contemporary art, and it feels as if history is repeating itself. It's a really exciting opportunity for collectors because the diversity of subjects means that I think there's something in there for everyone to fall in love with.